Make sure when you're trying to eat right that that's what you're really doing. Okay, if you're someone that eats healthy 24/7, 365, or if you're already at your target weight, God bless. Enjoy the Lord's bounty. Taste the rainbow. Keep doing what you're doing. But everyone else, sometimes we eat good, sometimes we eat bad. I'm saying good and bad for lack of a better word. We don't need to get into any stigma or shame or guilt. It's not about good or bad. If you're trying to lose weight, it's about being in a calorie deficit by consuming less calories and expending more. Eat less, move more. Over the course of weeks, months, years. It's a big picture thing. It's a whole panorama. A long game strategy, which is based not only on how much you eat, but what you eat. So we have foods that serve a purpose like spinach, blueberries, and chicken breast. And we have indulgences like cake, pizza, ice cream, alcohol, and fried food, which we know are not beneficial, but we eat them anyway because they taste good. Or simply because it's accessible, cheap, and familiar. Then there's this middle ground category of food, which is kind of a gray area, like nuts, avocado, potatoes. Maybe they can be healthy, but in moderation because they're very high in calories. So we have times where our resolve is very strong and we say, I'm gonna eat good today, or I ate really good this week. Then we have moments where we give in to a craving and overindulge in something that's not so healthy. Whatever it is, it's different for different people. Some people don't like sweets, but they like to have a beer or a glass of wine. Some people don't drink, but they like a dessert here and there. For some people, it's bread or pasta. You could do that and still achieve and maintain a healthy body composition. Unless you're training for a competition, a movie role, or a photo shoot, you don't have to deprive yourself. Okay, so sometimes you're gonna eat good, sometimes you're gonna eat bad. But it would be a shame if you eat bad when you eat bad and eat bad when you think you're eating good simply because you just didn't know. But that's what so many people are doing every week by accident. For example, you could have a meal of baked or grilled chicken, rice, and green beans. And depending on how you prepare it and how you break the portions up, it could be 400 calories or 250. It'd still be the same amount of food. A chicken breast can be 150 to 200 calories. Get a food scale and weigh your portions. That should be the highest calorie item in your meal. And it's got 30 to 35 grams of protein, so it's well worth it. Compared to something like 2 slices of toast, which is the same amount of calories. By the way, chicken breast is higher in protein and lower in calories, fat, and cholesterol than every other part of the chicken. So if weight loss is your goal, it's to your advantage to switch from chicken legs, thighs, and wings to chicken breast. Prepare it in a way that doesn't add unnecessary empty calories. There's lots of options. Seasoning and spices have 0 calories. These days, there's lots of low or no calorie sauces, condiments, and marinades. You just gotta shop around. Oil messes people up. There's this misconception that alternative oils like olive oil, coconut oil, sesame oil, almond oil, etc. oil are gonna help you lose weight. They're not. They may be healthier for you, but all oils are extremely high in calories and should be kept to a minimum. If you want to lose weight, stop using oil or use less oil. Substitute for lemon juice, lime juice, fresh garlic, mustard, vinegar, or hot sauce. Think about it. Nobody actually likes oil. You won't miss it that much. I get it. It gives food a little texture, but in and of itself, it doesn't really taste good. If weight loss is your goal, you're better off without it. You'll spare a couple hundred calories a week just from that change alone. That brings us to the vegetables. Same rules apply. Most vegetables are very low in calories, but check the caloric content and choose ones on the lower end of the spectrum. Fruits and vegetables are great, but spinach, green beans, broccoli, and cauliflower are much lower in calories than sweet potatoes and corn. Berries, melons, oranges, and grapefruits are lower in calories than bananas and grapes. I mean, even cheese, nuts, potatoes, and avocado are kind of healthy, but very high in calories, so eat them sparingly in small portions. Oil, butter, sauce, and salad dressings make vegetables higher in calories and kind of defeat the purpose. Find lower calorie recipes. Get good at seasoning. Use Google. I make seasoning mixes in advance and have them ready to go. So if my broccoli is 40 calories, it's 40 calories. No need to add 40 more calories of butter or oil on top of that. Then if you want to have a carb or a starch with it in some shape or form, like rice, potatoes, sweet potato, noodles, or bread, here's a trick. Make it a small portion. Most restaurants and households, the traditional way of eating, in the West at least, big portion of carbs, moderate portion of protein, and a small or moderate portion of vegetables. At best, it might be split equally 3 ways. The way to lose fat or lose weight is to simply adjust that split. Have a moderate portion of meat, large portion of vegetables, and a small portion of your carbs or starch or whatever. so you still get a taste of whatever your craving is, and you don't feel like you're deprived of it. I don't suggest you exclude these things because it's uncomfortable, hard to maintain, and they have some health benefits. Balance is the best thing, not extremes. But just like oils, all carbs and starches are high in calories. So don't be misled or deluded into believing that you'll lose weight by switching to gluten-free bread or sweet potato fries in coconut oil. It's still high in calories. The most important thing is the calorie deficit. And you do that strategically by having small portions of the high calorie foods and large portions of the low calorie dense foods. So here we have a 400 calorie meal of lemon chicken breast, wild rice, and green beans. Could have been much higher if it was chicken thigh and corn, but this is moderately healthy. Lemon chicken breast is 175 calories. 110 grams or about 3/4 cup of wild rice is 110 calories. 40 grams of green beans is 15 calories. And 2.5 teaspoons of olive oil is another 100. If you half the rice, double the green beans, and omit the olive oil, now it's 255. You're gonna be full. If you're not, have more vegetables instead of carbs. And it won't raise the calories much at all. And then later, when you have cake, pizza, bread, alcohol, or ice cream, it won't be that detrimental because you've reduced your overall caloric intake by changing a few habits without starving or depriving yourself. So, when you're gonna eat bad, eat bad. You don't have to lament, feel guilty or defeated. You're gonna be fine because you're gonna work out the next day and you're gonna eat good the next day and the day after that and the day after that. Eat good most of the time, but remember and take the time to read and do your maths that your efforts and good intentions aren't in vain. If you find this content helpful, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Contact me on any of the above platforms for coaching, program design, and nutrition guidance. We also have a Friday night Zoom workout for all fitness levels. Newer fitness, full range motion, keep your head in alignment, keep breathing.